welcome back to Bloom Through Faith. My name is Diamond, and today we have another story time. I'm really happy and excited. When I film these kind of videos, it just it feels like sitting with my inner child or my inner teenager, and really it just, for me, it feels really supportive. So thank you all for tuning in along the journey, and I'm just excited to keep going with this series. So yeah, I wanted to recognize before I started to delve into the book that today is a new moon, and also today is a partial solar eclipse. So you might have really been feeling it on an individual level, and maybe you've been feeling it collectively, and noticing things that are ready to be shifted, things that are ready to be transformed and changed, and even released as and composted and used as like fertilizer for the next season or for a season down the line in your life. And so I really want to slow down because I'm noticing I'm talking really fast, and really invite you all to get curious on what loose threads and what are you noticing within your life that you may feel resistance to releasing, or you may feel uncomfortable, like, oh, I don't really want to look at this. I don't want to look. It's uncomfortable, you know? And really getting curious and sitting with like why is this uncomfortable? Like what's making this experience right now uncomfortable? What's relevant here? And when we're able to slow down and get still, we're able to bring in a lot of clarity. A lot of clarity comes. I know, like, when I go for my walks, I do a lot of walking meditation, and that really helps put a lot of things in perspective, and it helps me get out of the mind and things just actually flow through. So a lot of like my thoughts kind of go in the background, or just like I have a practice of releasing it back to the earth. But a lot of clarity happens for me when I am like actively moving my body, right? And so with this new moon, and then with just this season right now, when I tune back into last year around this time, I feel like it's that season where it's like, ha, you didn't think that this was you were gonna need to change these things. You didn't think that this was gonna pop up, or this was gonna be something you'd have to look at. And it doesn't have to be from a place of judgment, and it doesn't even have to be from a place of I told you so, but it's more so being like, what relationships right now is asking for my attention, and like, what can I notice? Is me and this person, are we still like working? Is this still something that's adding to my life? Is this something that I still want to really put focus and attention here? Is there still reciprocity? Is it still this like, is it still a feeling of I'm growing here, and there may be a little bit of tension, but you know I'm still growing, and I still have capacity, and I still have a want to continue on with this situation, or with this, whatever it might be, and tuning into, maybe it's a job, or maybe it's something with family, or just things that are really loose threads, or maybe it's the way that you're showing up in certain areas of your life, and that you're noticing, oh, I actually want to show up with more integrity, or I actually want to be more authentic, or I actually need this, or I need that. And being able to name the thing that you need and that you want in this next season of your life, and coming into the second quarter of the year, and really getting curious of like, what are my intentions, and what are my goals, and how am I walking my talk, and doing it from a place of embodiment, and really grounding it into your full self, the mind, body, and spirit. And so with that, I want to get into the book. This book is called Grandma's Purple Flowers by Adoha Burrows. And I really chose this book. I don't know if you noticed the flowers. And I actually didn't notice until much later on, but a couple days ago, and just like this last maybe week, I have been working with Violet. And Violet is really a beautiful ally and a beautiful medicine and resource for those who are fragile souls, those who may be shy and a wallflower, and those who maybe merge with others when they are in group dynamics or in group situations or settings. And Violet is a very, very beautiful ally in helping us remember that we can have our own self individuation. We can have our own self, like our own medicine, and we can really have our own self expression. And it really is also a great ally for sensory perception and really tuning into, okay, like, I'm feeling uncomfortable in this situation. Where in my body am I feeling uncomfortable? What's happening? And also saying like I'm safe, because just being uncomfortable doesn't always equate to being unsafe. And so I've been finding that Violet has been helpful with really tuning into, yeah, if something is like, it's Violet has helped really bring that truth in of like, yeah, this situation sucks and I don't like it, but I'm okay. Like, I'm safe in this moment. So she's really beautiful, and reminds me too that of the sensations happening in the body, but also she's great with like, it's like this universal remembrance of sensation tracking. Like, oh, I remember this sensation when I was this age, or it's reminding me of this. And she's really good at just like integrating a lot of well, there's a bird that just landed, the feelings that we have like within, and validating like what's true for us, and seeing ourselves, really seeing who we are, and really being able to show up as we are, and in our authenticity. So let's get started. Grandma's Purple Flowers. My favorite grandma lives through the park and down the hill. Mama lets me go visit her all the time. A big hug and a smile are always waiting at Grandma's house. Oh, and don't forget your drinks, guys. I have lemon balm, chaga, and reishi mushroom, and then I'm also sweetening it with a herbal glycerite that my mom made that has rosemary, oak, straw, and stinging nettle. So all of these are just like really supportive nervines and plants and herbs that are really supportive, nourishing to our vitality and to just the well-being of our nervous system. So make sure you're staying hydrated. Back to the book. Skipping through the park in summer, the sun winks at me. I spin round and round, throwing kisses to the sun. It's like she's twirling. Golden twirls. I stop and pick purple flowers, all kinds of purple flowers, Grandma's favorites. I pluck some daisies too and make a crown for my head. I pretend I'm a flower princess, a hyacinth, and Hyacinth is my name. I love that. She's making a flower crown. Grandma opens the squeaky door. "Hi, sweetie pie," she said, smiling. When Grandma sees the purple flowers, her smile grows wide, like the Mississippi River, where Grandma and I sometimes sit. There are two gold teeth in Grandma's mouth. One has the shape of the moon in it, and the other a star. Grandma says that down south, where she grew, those were for good luck. Grandma puts the flower in a vase by the window next to the picture of me when I was little. Later, we eat soft corn muffins, so sweet and yummy. Oh, look at all the colors. They're so pretty. It's gorgeous. Walking through the park in fall, the leaves show off their carnival colors. The bright orange and reds perform over my head. After the show, the leaves spin to the ground, twirling this way and that way. "Hooray! Hooray!" I shout, crunching the leaves under my feet on my way to Grandma's. Who else loves fall? Does anyone here love fall? Grandma lets me rake the leaves in the backyard we planted together. "Why do leaves have to fall and die?" I ask. "Everything has its time," Grandma tells me. We go inside for a slice of pecan pie. Afterwards, Grandma lets me comb her hair. Before long, she dozes off, and I twist her hair into a ball of silver. This book is reminding me of my grandma, my Nana. When winter comes, cottony snowflakes dance around me and as I walk through the park and down the hill to Grandma's house. I plod through the snow, bundled in my snowsuit and the scarf that Grandma made. The bare branches above stretch out like long fingers reaching for the sun. With almost frozen fingers, I knock on Grandma's door. "Please open up," I shout, shivering, but she doesn't answer. I knock again, louder, and peek through the window. Grandma slowly comes to the door, sipping saffron tea. "That smells funny, Grandma," I say. "Like root beer." Grandma is silent. Her slippered feet shuffle across the floor real slow. "Grandma, can we bake corn muffins?" I ask. "No, baby," she says softly. "I'm feeling too tired today." Her quiet eyes stare straight at mine. I put my arms around her and give her a great big hug. Grandma rubs my back gently and braids my hair that has come undone. "Baby, you're getting so grown up," she says. Grandma passed away that night. When Mama tells me, the next morning I cry and cry. I want to stay in my room for the rest of winter, but Mama won't let me. Oh, how I miss Grandma. Walking through the park makes me sad. The once bright snow is now dirty and gray. Skinny branches make spooky shadows on the ground. The icy wind whips past me. I can't wait for spring. So, what are we noticing here? after she receives the news of her grandma's passing. She's grieving. One day I wake up to a branch tapping on my window. Outside, all the branches stay in the breeze. Outside, all the branches sway in the breeze, dotted with baby buds. Spring has finally come, I shout. I dash outside and run as fast as I can through the park and down the hill. That's how I'm assuming that she was, like, so excited. A leaf circles to the ground in back of Grandma's house, where we used to plant collard greens and okra. When I look closely, I see tiny purple flowers shooting up from the ground, stretching to the sky. My heart feels happy, but part of me still wants to cry. I hug my shoulders like Grandma would and feel a little better. Whenever I see purple flowers now, I think of Grandma. I feel her big hug, and I smile wide like the Mississippi River. The end. I would love to know how this story landed for you all. If you would like to leave a comment, please do. And please like and subscribe. For those who want to follow along and that really feels called to continue this series, when you're subscribed, you're notified immediately as to when I upload a new video. So I just want to make sure that you're subscribed and that you tap the notification bell. So, yeah, I really love this because it just reminds me of even my own mom and how she remembers as a kid growing up, and there were certain types of vegetables and certain types of just memories and hobbies that she has because of what she was doing with her parents, you know? And when we grow up having certain hobbies with parents, they stick with us and we remember those things. And I often feel that gardens can be a way that we what's coming through is that gardens can also be a way of ancestral veneration. I couldn't get the word out. And really remembering the legacy of our loved ones and remembering what they loved and what type of vegetables and flowers they loved and what we grew with them together. Maybe we were in the garden with our friends or our parents or a loved one who has transitioned over. And yeah, it can be so beautiful. And also gardening and being in relationship with the land and the earth in that way can also be so healing. So I really enjoyed this book. And yeah, like, there's memories that we have with our loved ones once, in this life that will continue to remember even after they've transitioned. And you see that even in this book when she mentioned that whenever she sees purple flowers, it reminds her of her grandma and the great big hug, and she can feel her grandmother's great big hug. And yeah, just like little details here in the book that were just so beautiful, and it really stays with the person. Things like just having hobbies and having activities that we did with parents or that we remember them doing. So yeah, that's all I wanted to share here. I hope this book I hope that you all enjoyed the reading. And yeah, I have a couple books that I just want to show you all before I end the video. So the next books that I want to suggest is Her Mama's Face, or that I would love for you all to choose or to leave a comment for, maybe to suggest the book that you would like for me to read next time or next week. This book is called Her Mother's Face by Rodney Doyle and illustrated by Freya Blackwood. This is this book. The other book is Where Do They Go by Julia Alvarez, illustrated by Sabria Field. It's this book. And this book, I Remember Miss Perry by Pat Brizin, illustrated by Stephanie Jorish. Alright, so it was this one, and this one. Okay, let me know which one you all prefer for me to read next week and for the next video, okay? You all take good care of yourselves and really nourish yourselves. Really nourish your body. Eat a yummy meal. Take things in that are very life-giving and life-affirming, and that just brings you a lot of peace and ease during this season. And make sure you stay hydrated. Lots of love. Take good care. Until next time. Bye.